Hi, very wonderful charity director of mission and ministry, Sylvester. You're welcome to this very daily broadcast. I will be very grateful having you and engaging you. You haven't taken your breakfast. I wish that the Lord who showered yesterday and today and tomorrow is this same word and the Lord and Spirit that is leading and guiding the path. I'm very, very grateful having you to be one of the best that indeed the Bible also predestined, or the Beavers predestined, that a generation that he, the Lord, would have his sons and daughters worship him in spirit and in truth. And in spirit and in truth, they know very well the language that they speak. This is very, very amazing to have this as an astonishing word. And to even know the word aston. Aston is also the same atum ra or atom. And then you want to have a science word that is called atom, and the original name of the god that is called Atum, Atum Ra. Very well, thank you so much. Having education is good. The Bible says that knowledge shall increase. So once the spirit of knowledge or understanding comes, knowledge definitely will increase. So I want to engage you on this very few materials as a presentation that is available. You can only find all these things on the live broadcasting channel of Mission and Ministry Sylvester on YouTube, and then on Facebook, that is Holy Virgin Heaven. I want to very well verify that you are also a true character of yourself. And of course, for the cause, it is in it, the gardens, showing you where we have to say, the Lord built it. If the Lord built, let's see who built indeed, the nations of the world. Thank you. Now, on the very light, you can see the light. I show you that in the reality where these pictures were taken, where it happens. So let's take our first lesson. What have we been talking about? The first word that we saw right there, let's look at it very closely. What are we talking about? We were talking about the word Hawa or Hua or Hua. As this very name had derived a word of a name of the Lord called Yahuwah or Hua. All of that, or they call it Alua. All these are the reasons for what this sound and word. And they existed as long time as you have never known. And we have also word as Eve, or word also as house, and why they use all these words, and the word how, and then the word hour. So to examine all this, as the Bible says, we should always examine. That to examine it, you will know what is secret. So it is very, very amazing to stay tuned and connected and share probably a content like this that you cannot do without if you are a learned person. If you're led by spirit and knowing where exactly you're going, you're going to look at in Konya, doing the best as the master of this. To know what is master is already original word to monster. So if you're the one who faced the Lord in judgment and they told you that you can't see the face of the Lord and live, here are the angels who can tell you why they keep covenant, holiness and single life, virgin light, and all of that natural, all of that, and new shoe. These are the ones telling you. So do stay tuned and be engaged with what is knowledge right now. Thank you very much for your like and subscription. Also make our channel a very wonderful one, growing daily. Here we're going to take the first light learning material as it comes with this. Now we're going to take live internet conversation. So the conversation here is that we are looking at a very word that would describe what word is the Lord described as who, is in the conversation of what? Of the Hua. Hua is a name you're going to look at very closely, and you look at where it's going to lead us to right now. Now take a look. Very interesting. You will be amazed. Why is before you, and you have to learn. All right, so in this broadcast, I'm going to show you live internet broadcast and live feed from the internet. So that in the ancient Greek language, the letter H and then U, which is sound who can have what? A few different meaning depending on the context. So that depending on the context, we're going to have it. So let's take a look quickly. As you can look around, who really you want to say the PM. The PM should be the one what guiding and leading the path right here. So take a look now. Right behind me, you're going to look at it carefully. So who can have a few different meanings depending on the context. So where we say context means when you go to maybe Greek or the Greece, you're going to have the meaning in connection to the same word once they have anything good sharing. And when you travel maybe USA, you are going to see such things. That is why we say free, maybe few different meaning. few different meaning doesn't make it a word that is in direct opposite. You're going to look at it right now. So in this, with regard to what learning and understanding, that you may understand as the scripture emphasized, that it is often used as a form of what the pronoun he. So the word or the few two letters that you are seeing as who stands here as he or he, or it, or it, or it. So where it begins also with the same place you have learned civilization in this continent, Africa, or whatever, or Akabaland and all of that, or the Mazarin. That's the same word that derived Miriam. If you don't know it, that is where they got the name Miriam given to somebody, Miriam, Mary, or that. So the word was really Miriam. The Miriam was the real word for Mizraim. So it's also given as such that you want to find a word here. It said, or as part of the word who, meaning I am, or I and am, or he or she, or it is. This is what it is. And it's also going on to say it can also be represented, or it can also be used as part of the name of the Egyptian god who. So there's a name of a god called who, which is what? Hu. So all these were the names and God and forces and angels who live it. And I've talked about heaven. They all talk about heaven issue, agriculture and all of that. So we also cast water onto this channel right now. Let it be a living water of pureness right away. For he will find his content that you may understand, because you're only supposed to be led by the soul of this works, that we are not worshiping idols and all of that. But where reality means, when an angel is in a form, a human, real form, an angel you can see and say, the Lord is. Don't try to what? Categorize this person, or don't try to capitalize on that which you think is led to you by the opposite which you didn't win to be an idol worshiper. No, you don't do that. So in this, you want to listen very well that it can also be used as a part of what? The name of the Egyptian god, who, which also goes on as associated with the first word of creation. So the first word of creation here is before you live. Now in the pronoun form, who can be used as what? Or to refer to a third person masculine singular pronoun, similar to he in English. Similar to what? He or her in English. Now look at it as a part of am, or am, or I am, or am. Now it says in the phrase ani ho, ani ho, ani who, ani ho. All this come to the language that you can find in Nkonya language. Ani means ourselves. Ani means ourselves. So the ani in this language is Nkonya language. Right away, that's the Nkonya people. To say we are referring to ourselves, ani. Ourselves means ani. In this language you are saying. So ani ho. So this you are told is the name of God. So the right person to give you what is written and hidden right before you in plain text is this. Ani. That's what they call angels with what? A-N right there. And this also goes on with which we want to say, which translates to what? I am, or it, or he. Is it that it's referring to what? Who I am, telling myself, or I am he. That is why in the Bible, when the Samaritan woman asked the Christ or the Messiah, when he had met him on the very mountain or at the well, he told him, all that the lady or the female creature had said to him was that which he, the Christ or the missionary, could not deny, to say, I am he. I that speak, or I that speaketh, I am he. That which you're referring to, that he will teach all things, bring to reminders of all of that. All this is what we are saying. When it happens, you cannot deny it. Now, who signifies the what? The it or the it. And I was an IT-based person, so to just have a letter that is it or to it. Talking about all this, it's simple in that one context, or he, or you want to say part of the statement. So I, the one speaker, I am a part of the creation, or I'm a creator, or the statement is real connected to myself. Wow, it's so amazing. It's very amazing. Pretty sure as the Lord cannot fake it. Yeah, you understand the game. So in it again, to say in the Greek language, We have taken the first one. I hope you observe carefully. Let's balance it well. As is life taken from the word. Yeah. Let's look at it. Let's look at what it is. We won't go too far. Let's get to this first side here. I don't want us to rush quickly to that level here. All right. So it goes on again to say, then I ask, what is who again? And then in this definition, in the Egyptian language, who is in the bracket again, how, like HW. That refers to what? The personification. That means I'm telling you who I am. Singularly, who I am on my subject matter to what? Or my alma mater. That the personification of the creative or the creating or the create ivy, utterance or authoritative command. And it represents the diving or the delving. I don't want to say a word that you think is this word. How you say it, that's not how it is. So the diving. So this is what the diving. Those who dive into this world, universe, they are the what? The spirit and the flesh that made it. That's why they refer to the creator or the ones who made such things as what? The ones who dive in. That's the letter G represent the diving. That look at it closely. That the diving word of creation, the sound made by Atum. Now you know the word who and how far we gone with how. That which you say how, the letter how, you're like you try to ask somebody a question. What do you mean? How? It's not just what you mean. Here is a word of a God, he's a creator. But we won't say God, but he's a diving or the delvings. The ones that they truly sent or they asked to return and return. They are the divings. So it can be anyone that just returned on time as the Lord referred to it. Having authority. And that if you ask me on any authority, knowledge is the authority, the spirit is the authority, and creation is the authority. And the one who said it is the authority. And on my channel you can testify. So to make good use of time, here, my presence being here on earth, on rock, or where we eat and plant things, is why we cannot say we're taking it off. So the word who was made what? The word who or who was made out of the word conversation or the word of a sound of a creator or a force, a divine being. That made it called Atum. And in science, this word Atum, you have to know it right now. What it says, atom. And this same thing, the word they are telling to say, I don't know, all of that. This is their word. Now look at it now. So it represents the Darwin's word of creation. And the sound made by what? A sound made X what? Atom. Atom, and in the beauty of garden where they have abroad, a part of abroad, or a foreign country that they have the autumns. That is where they show the beauty of the evening and light, leaves showing the colorful leaves and tree and plants. And it goes on there again, the creator, when he created the universe. So this concerns when creation really matters. Now it goes on again, it says that there is the communication of this word, it says, who was not just a word, however, a deity, a personification of the first word spoken in creation. Who, that is what they are telling you, is the first word spoken in creation. There you get it. And then the divings or the divings utterance. Now it represents the breath or word of the God or the one who came into being. And you look at how it was created. I told you almost every time that I created myself, how this creation came into being. I know which part of the world or the universe that I form a part, that I created myself. It means for us to see what I'm seeing here, I gave a way that the Lord may have his way. That I lay myself on the word as very important to me as a prince or being born, whatever it is as a great one. That the sound that brings things into existence. That is in association with Sia. That's what they call the word Sa. So it says Sia. Here it means what? Who is closely connected to Sia. Another deity associated with what? With perception or intelligence. And Sylvester, whose name they told you is intelligence and all of that. And they were both what? Crucial in the creation. So the ones who form a part of creation, which is painful part, very intelligent to the highest level, is they say what? And then maintenance of the cosmos. That is why I can talk right now and we see the changes that apply in the universe. Now take a look if the Lord is giving us what word it is. Now take a look in this word. Then we take that word here. I want us to look at how things work when we're talking of what we mean in this language and the other language. Yes. So the first one we took was for us to see this work without failure. Yes. So it is the first language who we got it from what? Ancient Greek language. That's how I took it first. Before we take the same word into what? Egyptian language. Because you have to know that I have already the things available. So look at when they have made mention. What it means in what? Greek word. Yeah, what it means in the Greek word. And most of the things you have to only testify to what is before us on the screen. So, Fubale, Puba. All right, so we can talk about maybe a few of the things as I'm trying to make it up in India, also making a move that is very different in the conversation. Yeah. So hold on. Let's take a look. They try to make some move that is not in this very part. Well, thank you. All right, thank you. I've had the word. So we took it from here in the Egyptian language and we got it. Now in this conversation, they made you understand who altered the word. And then we have it, atom or atum. So let's get the atum now. So in the ancient Egyptian language, atum also written as atom. And this same word they have represented by what? Item. Item. Or any other word that goes with it that sound with. And they say, or atmo. And then they say, atmosphere. Atmosphere. This is a hidden thing that is in a plain text. That's why the white people will always tell you are not learning. Because if you are not led by spirit and righteousness, whoever made it, even your own Lord have denied you because you don't know him and he doesn't know him. Other than just whatever they wish to do with you. And we say also a term. That's why they got the word ten. There's term or team. All these words represent one person. And they say, well, he comes with the legions or many. See him just like one person. And look at it again. Or temu. And translates to what? The accomplished one. It means the one who fulfilled. The accomplished one means the one who fulfilled. Or completion means the most difficult task to have ever carried. And I'm the one who have been telling you, all this as not what you preach or speak. It is where are you? Are you a part of it where they said they needed workers? I formed this work, or the Lord and I, we made it. Then it is saying that it was the name of the primordial creator, God, or the ruler, or the divine one. And associated with what? The evening sun, the evening su, or the evening sonata, and the creation of the universe. That is very clear to have it. Even on the screen as it's showing very closely to understanding. And that atom, the Egyptian god of the universe, is at the center of the Egyptian creation story. The story of the creation of the universe is a part of a larger story of competition and war between the gods. That's why they call it the Star War. And Atum or Atum is thought of what? As the ultimate creator, since he or he created himself, other gods, and the entire universe. This is all that they said. We should come and waste no time to learn about something other than what? Utilizing the time here to show where we are. That if they tell you how dangerous it will be for such generations, or if you didn't see the Star War in the same land dream, then you tell us. So this word going on again, the action means everything and nothing. That's what I told you, except him and nothing by him. All of that. That he was the great damage of the Egyptian also solar cult, born of himself in the darkness of the cosmic primordial ocean, who is directing us to the wrong side. There's no way like that. Now take a look at the science word or the science letter that we could be talking about. Now look at one word here. The name Sly in the Egyptian or Arabic or Egyptian Arabic. The word SLY here is what? Can be what translated as what? Laim or Nimner. Laim or Laim or Laim or Nimr. Nimr. And then we also have Mr. That's why you got Mr. already. So already the name having the letters initial with Sylvester is already what? This word. And you go and look for what meaning is Nimr or Naim, which is telling you right now, literary means tiger. Laim can also be used to describe someone cunning and sly. Wow. And this is all you can do to glorify the Spirit and the Lord when they have made themselves available for learning. Now take a look at the science word. There's a word here. Now even let's look at it first. In Nkonya language, the only language right now I have known, right now today, on this very day, being probably Emo or the Monday, after Sunday, following this day. You see the word right here. I asked this question, what is the Egyptian word for heaven? This same heaven, they have names, but in reality, the word right here, A-A-R-U, or A-R-U, is what? Iru, or Iru. You want to say I rule. To even say I rule means a leader. But look at who rule in the heavens. Who are the ones who rule in the heavens? Then we have Aru. The Aru is what? What in Nkonya language we call Auru or Aru, as we are in the town. It means we are going to the town or in the city, or we are roaming in the city. That is a direct language in Nkonya language. And the same letters showing you Aru or Auru. All this telling you already direct. So to talk about heavens and things concerning heaven, it could not have come to you if you are not the soul of it. That's why the things will not come if you are not that person is spoken of. Now look at the word Auru or Aru. And here it is. So when you see this word, it tells you in Korean language, first of all, the heavens. And that is in ancient Egyptian, you see that the word right there, the Jibr or the Ibril or Lit or reed. Look at what it says. It says, or the field of reeds. You see that the field, talking of where we work or where we are ruling. And here it is. To say that, he said what? S-H-T and the other letters in it. And he said, circuit. Circuit Aru. And you have even circuits. All this in all the world socket in light. Then it says circuit Aru is what? Look at the word. Is the name for heavenly paradise. And having surprised you that in Konya have received a place called Paradise Built. As I built, so the Lord have honored the name. That when I mention this paradise, that the Sundays, or not just Sunday, but to tell you about heavenly or world or the star world. If I'm doing this, who do you think would deserve an honor for this? And they say, what? What do they mean is this? Second Aru, or all that they are saying is Auru, or Aru. Is Auru in Nkonya language direct. That is the name for heavenly paradise in what? Egyptian mythology. It may seem to mythology to you when you have nobody pronounce this word as a language they speak, but it's now a reality because in Konya speak this word. As we go into town or we go into the city, this is what we say. Direct without any change. You won't say that it is happening now to include it. It's already existing. And here it says rule. Now you see the word rule. Ruled over what? Over by Osiris. And you have things written of series and all of that. Syria, series, this and that. This same word it is they are keeping. That is an Egyptian god or ruler or the divine. And the location was, so the location has been what? described as the Ka of the Nile Delta. That's why the river from the northern part or wherever you think it is, the river is the Nile that was created in Nkonya and environs. All those things, river is what we say the Nile. Here is before you, and nobody tells you. Very well. Thank you for making this very best time for learning. Thank you. Now with this, when you take ATOM, that is an atom. Then look at it, look at the atom, the word atom. Then define it. Atom. Just define atom. Define atom. Here is atom in science or laboratory. The same ATOM as the other one is ATUM. The same person, the same thing. That's what I told you. When the name is like this here, when it gets to another place, they lay emphasis on it. Or they change, or they make a change for you to know they have made a discovery with their own language. So what language they speak is written to suit their language better than maybe, but they don't try to change the letter. It's in 4 places, 4 letters. So look at it. An atom is what? The fundamental unit of matter. Who is matter? When you go to Egyptian creation, you will know what it says matter. It's like a house or marat. And the what? And the what? And the smallest unit that exhibits what? That exhibits the chemical properties of an element. The smallest part of this flesh that you are seeing, that the Christ told you, he that is in you, if you understand now the word atom, is greater than he that is in the world. That which you are saying is atom that nobody can see, smallest thing, he's saying is bigger than, or is the same thing you are living in, that you are even able to rule or control it. This is the word and the meaning. Where you fail, you think you have a degree, here is where you didn't get it. This is what he's telling you. And now it tells you, atoms are composed of a positively charged nucleus surrounded by negatively charged electrons. The nucleus contains protons that is positively charged and neutrons, natrium and natter. These are the neutrons. There are other forces that made it work. No charge. As here it says the structure, here it is. That nucleus, so here where nucleus is what? The central core of the atom. And they told you in the creation part, atom, as the created, you show as it was a part of creation. This is the same word here. That containing protons and neutrons. If I want to speak in the language and how it sounds, you will be amazed, like you are hearing it already. That electrons negatively, you know that I cannot mention it the way it sounds to you. Charged particles that orbit the nucleus. Here you get the universe showing you what you never know. Very well, thank you. So thank you for having me here. This is Mission Administrator Broadcasting on this part, Teshi Accra.